My name is Mandy Turner, and I'm a senior researcher with Security and Context and a visiting senior research fellow at the International State Crime Initiative at Queen Mary, University of London. Professor Nadera Shalhoub-Kevorkian is an outstanding anti-violence feminist scholar and activist. I first came to know her work through her research on gender-based violence. And we first met at a workshop in Jerusalem in 2010, when she presented her research on the impacts of Israel's violence against Palestinian women. Not just direct violence such as arrests and killings, but also how Israel's restrictive regime on movement, access to services such as health, and family reunification policies impact on Palestinian women. Nadera's research has helped us to understand what it feels like to live in a settler colonial society, because she focuses on the impact on people, and that's the strength of her work. She draws our attention to the myriad of ways in which Israeli surveillance and abuse of power impact on Palestinians, especially on their daily lives. She shows us how it both traumatizes Palestinians, but also how they develop mechanisms and processes to avoid and resist the inscription of state power on their bodies. Nadera's research has influenced a generation of academics, particularly through her work on women and on children. She's really transformed the way in which we understand the impacts of endless and multiple forms of state violence on children through her concept of unchilding, which captures the way in which Israel and all settler colonial states deny children their childhood, instead turning them into bodies to be controlled and annihilated. Professor Shalhoub-Kevorkian has influenced many different academic disciplines, including sociology, anthropology, criminology, and legal studies. Her academic contributions are outstanding, and she is an incredibly ethical scholar. Lastly, I want to say that when I lived in Jerusalem between 2012 and 2020 as the director of a British Academy Research Institute, Nadera was very welcoming to me. As another female scholar working in a very difficult environment of Jerusalem, Nadera was a very good colleague and friend. She is a unique individual, caring, compassionate, and committed to peace and justice. And this informs all of her research and her teaching. It also informs her interactions with students, colleagues, and the wider world.